Hello and welcome to Mr. Tompkins EdTech. This series of videos provides work solutions for the GCSE Maths topic test produced by AQA. This video is rounding to significant figures. Whilst these topic tests make excellent exam preparation and revision material, regardless of which exam board you're sitting, they are particularly useful for students studying for AQA as they are prepared by the same team who will be writing your papers in the summer. They will work best if you try and answer the questions yourself before watching the video. The topic test papers can be downloaded from this address, which I've also linked in the description below. They'll require a teacher account to access, so either ask your maths teacher to download and share them with you, or alternatively you can try pausing the video and attempting the question first before pressing play again to listen to my solutions. Check this playlist for all the other topics I've covered. I'm busy recording all of these topic tests, so if the particular topic you're looking for isn't there yet, why not drop me a comment below with your request and subscribe to my channel to receive notification of future uploads. If there is anything you don't understand, please ask in the comments. Make sure you mention the question number and try to be as specific as possible. I try to answer all questions promptly, especially around exam times. If you found the video useful, please do hit the like button, as this really helps me out. You might also like to check out my exam paper walkthroughs covering all the recent papers and practice papers from AQA. Just click on the card appearing at the top of the screen now. Okay, let's get started. Before we get started, I'm just going to show the blank question paper. So if you don't have a copy, you can now pause it and have a go at the questions first. And then once you're finished, you can start again and look at the answers. Okay. So we're going to be looking at rounding to significant figures today. It actually says on the top of the paper decimal places, but I think they've got that bit wrong. Okay, so question 1a, round 5.23 to one significant figure. Now, one significant figure, the first significant figure is the first non-zero digit of your number. So the first significant figure of 5.23 is this 5 here. So if I'm going to round it to one significant figure, I need to round off after that 5. Okay, so I'm going to round off here. That's my cutting point. Now to decide whether or not I need to round up or round down, I just look at the very next digit after my rounding off point, and that is a 2. Well, one way to remember it is 5 or more, raise the score, 4 or less, let it rest. Here we are going to let it rest because it's 4 or less. So I'm just going to round 5.23 off to 5 to one significant figure. One significant figure. Okay. Now, B says round 367 to one significant figure. Now again, the first significant figure is going to be the first non-zero digit of your number, which is this 3 here. Okay. So I'm going to round off after that 3. So let's round off, put the round line in here. And look at the very next digit to decide whether or not I need to round up or round down. Now this time it's 6. So I need to round up, don't I? So that 3 is going to round up and become 4. Okay? Now, well, 4 is not a very good approximation to 367, is it? If I owed you £367 and I said, okay, let's just round off, I'll pay you £4. You're not going to be very happy with that, are you? Now the problem is this 4 is not of the same magnitude as my original number. So my 3 was in the 300s column, so my 4 needs to be 400 if it's going to be the same magnitude as my original answer. So 3 was in the hundreds, so that 4 rounded up is 400, 400. Right, 1C, round 0.0483 to one significant figure. So my first significant figure is my first non-zero digit, which this time is this 4 here. The zeros in front of it I can just ignore. So I'm going to round off after that 4, so my round line is coming in here. I'm going to look at the very next digit. Now this time my very next digit is an 8, so I'm going to round up. So it's going to become 0.05. That 4 is going to round up to a 5. Okay. Question 2a. Round 12.45 to one significant figure. My first significant figure is my first non-zero digit, which is that one there, the 1. So if I want to round off to one significant figure, I'm going to round off after the 1. Now the very next digit is a 2. So we say 4 or less, let it rest. So in this case, I'm going to rest, aren't I? I'm going to leave it as 1. Now again, if you remember earlier, I said, well, 1 is not a good approximation of 12.45. That 1 was in the tens column. So I need to make that 10. Okay, 2b, round 0.0932 to two significant figures. Okay, so I've got more significant figures now. I'm going to have to do to two significant figures. My first non-zero digit is my first significant figure. So that's my first, and then the next digit along is my second significant figure. So I'm going to round off after that 3. So I'm going to put the round line in here. I'm going to look at the very next digit to decide whether or not I need to round up or down. This time, 4 or less, let it rest, it's going to round down. So I'm just going to write down that bit in front of the round mark exactly as it is. So if I let it rest, it's just the same digits written down. So 0.093. Okay, round 123.7 to two significant figures. So my first significant figure is my first non-zero digit, it's that 1. And my second significant figure is the next one along, it's the 2. So I need to round off after the 2. The next digit along is a 3, which means I round down. So I'm just going to write those digits in front of the cut line exactly as they are. Okay, but 12 is not a good approximation to 123. That 1 was 100 and the 2 was in the tens. So I'm going to put an extra 0 on to make sure my final answer has the same magnitude as the original number. Question 3a, round 3.5792 to three significant figures. So we've gone up to three significant figures now. So the 3 is my first significant figure, the 5 is the second, and the 7 is the third. So 3.57, I'm going to round off after that. The very next digit I'm looking at is a 9, which is 5 or more, so I need to raise the score. My digits 3, 5, 7 round up, they're going to become 3, 5, 8. Okay, our decimal point was here, so I'm going to put the decimal point in the same place. So 3.58. 3b says round 0.010934 to three significant figures. So my first significant figure is the first non-zero digits. Now my second significant figure, it doesn't matter if that one is a 0, it's just the first one, it can't be a 0. So that's my second, and that's my third. So I need to round off after the 9. I'm going to put the cut line in here, and look at the very next digit, it's a 3. So I'm going to round that one down. I'm just going to write the digits in front of the cut line exactly as they are. 0.0109. Okay. Finally, round 234,681 to three significant figures. My first significant figure is that 2, it's the first non-zero digit, then the 3, and then the 4. That's my second and third significant figure. So I need to put the cut line in after the 4. Now let's have a look at the next digit along. It's a 6. It's 5 or more, raise the score. So my digits 2, 3, 4 are going to go up 1, 2, 2, 3, 5. Okay, not quite finished here. 235 is not a great approximation to 234,681. My 2, 3, 5, that was the number of thousands, wasn't it? And so to make it the same sort of size, I'm going to have to pad it out with 3 extra zeros. 235,000. Now that's a decent approximation to 234,681. Question 4a. Calculate 1.2 times 34. Write your answer to one significant figure. Okay, I'm going to just tap that into my calculator first. So 1.2 times 34. Okay, I'm going to write down all the digits. So that is 40.8. Okay, so I need to round it to one significant figure. So my first significant figure is the 4. I want to round off after the 4. The very next digit is a 0, which means I need to round down. It stays as a 4. So I'm going to write the 4 down. Remember, my answer needs to be of the same magnitude as the original number. So 4 is not a very good approximation to 40.8, but 40 is. It's got to be of the same magnitude. 4b, calculate the root of 27.9. Okay, again, I'm just going to work that out on my calculator first. So, root 27.9, what's that equal to? Okay, so that's 5.28204. I'm going to write all that down. So I'm just going to write down the full display to start with. So 5.2805058. Now I need to round to one significant figure here. Okay, so I'm just going to round off after the first significant figure. The first significant figure is this 5. So rounding off after the 5, look at the next digit, it's a 2, which means I need to round down. So this is going to be 5. So I have to put any extra zeros in? Nope. It's a 5, that was already in the units column. This is in the units column. It's all good. Okay, part C says, calculate 14 cubed, write your answer to one significant figure. So tapping that into the calculator, 14 to the power of 3, that comes to 2,744. Let's just write that down, 2744. Now my first significant figure is my first non-zero digit, it's that one there. Round off after the 2. The next one to look at is a 7, which means I need to round up. So my 2 is going to round up to 3. But I need to make my number the same magnitude as the original. So that was 2,000. So that 2 is in the 1,000 column. So my rounded up value, the 3 also needs to be in the 1,000 column. So let me make that 3,000. Just wanted to take a few seconds out to talk about my Patreon page, which you can find at patreon.com/Mr. Tompkins EdTech. On here you can gain access to exclusive content, including early access to my past paper walkthroughs. So if you like my content, definitely worth checking that out. Also, if you become a Pythagorean patron, you get a special shout out in every video. So check it out. Back to the maths. Question 5a, calculate 23 plus 9.2 divided by 34.2 minus 5.71. Write your answers to 4 significant figures. Okay, so I'm going to type that into the calculator. So I'm going to use the fraction key so I can make it look like the number I've got on the paper. 23 plus 9.2, then use the down arrow. 34.2 subtract 5.71. Okay, you see it looks like the number on the paper now. And then equals, that comes out to 1.30221. Now notice those dots on the 1 and the 1. That means it's a recurring decimal. So it's going to keep getting those numbers repeating after the 1. But we're going to round off much before then, so it doesn't really matter for what we are doing. So let's just write down what we've got. We've got 1.130221, 1.130221. Now we need to round off to 4 significant figures. So first, second, third, fourth. Going to round off after that 0. Now the next digit is a 2. 4 or less, let it rest. So I'm just going to write down 1.130. Just all the digits in front of my cut line. Okay, 5b, calculate the root of 3.4. It's the cube root, sorry. And write your answer to 4 significant figures. So tapping that into the calculator, I've actually got a button for cube root. I have to press shift to access it, and then it's above the root button. So the cube root of 3.4, that comes out to be 1.5036945696. Okay, I'm just going to write down all the digits first. 1.5036, 1.5036, and then what was the rest? 94596, 94596. So I'm just going to write down the full display. Right, we need to round off to 4 significant figures. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, rounding off after that 3 then, aren't I? Okay, so that's where my cut line goes. Look at the very next digit, it's a 6. 5 or more, which it is, going to raise the score. So my digit's 1503. We're going to become 1501 more, which is 4. Okay, decimal point needs to go in the same place. So it's 1.504 is the answer. Right, 5C. Calculate 3 minus 17 divided by 23. There's a little bit of order of operations here because you have to do the division before the subtraction, don't you? Okay, so I'm going to just type it in because my calculator does know the rules of BidMaths, so it should do it in the right order if I just type it in. So 3 subtract 17 divided by 23. That's telling me the answer is 2.260865. Now this one goes on and on. I'm not going to bother writing all those down because I know I've only got to write down 4 significant figures. So let's just write down the first kind of few then. 2.260869. 2.260869. Okay, I think that's enough. So I'm going to round off after 4 significant figures here. So first, second, third, fourth. Need to round off after that 0. Now the next digit along after the rounding off point is an 8, which means I have to round up. So my digits 2260 go up 1, so they become 2261. The decimal point was there, so put it in the same place. That's my answer to 4 significant figures. Right, 5D, calculate the root of 14.32 plus 71.6. Okay, so getting out the calculator. Okay, I'm going to use the root button on the calculator, and it's going to be 14.32 plus 71.6. Just make sure that root symbol is stretching all the way across all of your values. And that comes out to be 9.269304. So let me write down those. 9.269304.181. Okay, now I need to round this off to 4 significant figures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to round off after that 9. So I'm going to put the cutting line in there. The next digit along is a 3. So 4 or less, let it rest. Just going to keep those digits all the same. So 9269 unchanged in front of the cutoff line, and the decimal point was there. (5E), calculate the root of 5 over 9. Okay, again, we just need to make sure when we type this into the calculator, we type it in the same form. So I'm going to press the square root button, and then I'm going to press the fraction button so I can replicate that in the calculator. So 5 on the top, press the down arrow, 9 on the bottom. So the root of 5/9, what's that equal to? That's 0.7453559925. I'm going to write down all the digits to start with. 0.7453. 559925. 559925. Okay, and then I'm going to round it off to 4 significant figures. Now that 0 at the front isn't my first significant figure, the 7 is. My first significant figure is always the first non-zero digit, so that's the first, second, third, fourth. So I need to round it off after that 3. The next digit is a 5. 5 or more, raise the score. So my digit's going to go up by 1. So rather than having 0.7453, I'm going to have 7454. One more. Look. Okay. And then I've got calculate 0.9 to the power of 5. So on my calculator, 0.9, there's a power button here, to the power of 5. That comes out to be 0.59049. 0.59049. Okay, so what do I have to do with this one? Round to 4 significant figures. Not counting the 0, my first significant figure is the 5, then the 9, and then the 0, and then the 4. Okay, and I'm going to cut off after the 4. Next digit, look, it's a 9, so I need to round up. 5 or more, raise the score, it's going to go up. Okay, so my 0.5904 is going to become 0.5905. Okay, just increase that by 1. And that's all the questions. So just remember, 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. The first significant figure is the first non-zero digit, and then you just count after that. Okay. See you on the next one. Well, that's that. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Also, check out the playlist on the right for more topic tests, or the one down below for past papers. See you again next time.